Hello there and welcome back to my channel, or of course welcome to my channel if you're new. If you are new, then hello, lovely to meet you. My name is Alex, and if you are new here, make sure you stick around and subscribe. If you're not new and you've been here for a while, then why not make sure the notification bell is switched on just so you're notified of every single time that I upload. You're just going to have to ignore my hair in this video, and also, do you like my new nails? I am absolutely obsessed. So for today's video I have a super exciting one because we are going to be testing two new palettes by I Heart Revolution. So about a month ago or so they actually released their first ever like chocolate bar tin palette, and they have released two more palettes as part of this collection. They've released the Toasted Marshmallow and also the Pecan Praline. So these both retail for £10 each. And we're going to be testing them both in today's video. I'm probably going to do one on one eye and one on the other like I've done in previous videos. Just because we do have two completely different colour stories to work with. So if you'd like to see a review on these and see them in action and what I think of them, then please keep watching. Firstly, we have the Toasted Marshmallow palette. The packaging on this is unreal. Like, look at this. It literally looks like a toasted marshmallow. Obsessed. And yeah, this is the more tin packaging. They've actually changed up the inside packaging as well, if you can see that. So this is what the Toasted Marshmallow palette looks like, and then as you can see, kind of around the rim of the mirror they've got a bit of like a chocolate bar design, which is different to what they've done before. But this colour story is very, very pretty, and you know what I love about it most is that there's so many mattes in this palette. Is unreal. I mean, I can't even see any shimmers, to be honest with you. Not full shimmers anyway. There's definitely mattes in here with shimmer particles in here, but to be honest with you, it's basically like an all matte palette because you can just tap the shimmer particles out of it. So that's the Toasted Marshmallow. And then the Pecan Praline one looks like this. And the colour story for this one is a very much more muted palette. This is what it looks like, and again with the little chocolate bar design around the outside. This one, as I say, yeah, it's definitely more neutrals, and then in here we do actually have two full shimmers, and then we have a mixture of mattes and mattes with shimmer particles in them. So those are the two colour stories that we're going to be working with today. Those are what the palettes look like, and now let's get into the swatches. Okay, so this is Toasted Marshmallow swatched. Not too bad. I think these few shades swatch really well, and then as I got towards the like end of the palette, it just started to swatch not as pigmented. The colour story, I don't know, like, it's a bit of a random one. Do you know what I mean? Like, we have a green here, then we have purples and pinks, oranges, but then we have like greys and browns. So this colour story doesn't make as much sense to me as what the other palette looks like. But I do like the shades in here, and I think I'm going to go for a pinky purpley look today with this palette. But yeah, not bad. It's just not the most pigmented swatches. Okay, and this is Pecan Praline, so this is definitely more for the neutral lovers if you don't like much pops of colour. Again, it swatches okay, you know, like the pigment is there, I can see it, but, you know, it's not the most pigmented again. But for a £10 palette, I'll take it. Like, I think it actually swatches really nicely. I can see all of the shades, even these really pale ones. They're showing up on my skin. I'm really impressed. And there are two shimmers. We've got this more grey one here and a orangey one at the end here. So this is what the palette looks like. Let's now get into the eye looks. It's Friday again. I'm in literally such a good mood because it's Friday. I can't even tell you. Even though I should stop messing about and probably get on with this video because I actually do need to film this, edit this and get it up tonight. So anyways, okay, first we're going to go into the Toasted Marshmallow palette, and we're going to be doing that on this side. So as a reminder, this is the one with the bit more like pops of colour in, and I think I'm going to focus on the pinky purples today. Okay, firstly we're going to take the shade Candy Coated, which is this pinky shade here, and I'm going to pop this in my crease. Then because we're going to do an all matte look, I'm going to just pop a shade in the middle here. So I'm going to take the dark purple, which is called Dipping, this one here. So actually, I'm going to take the other end of the brush, the more fluffy side, and I'm going to take Ooey Gooey, which is this slightly more lighter pink here, and I'm going to start buffing out that pink shade. For my lower lash line, I'm going to take the red in here, which is called Pops, this one here. And I'm going to pop that on my lower lash line. Alex, you are not funny. That was very pigmented, wow. I feel like I haven't used a lot. So I'm going to go in with Mallow Melts, this peachy shade here. It's a very light shade. Is this even going to work? Probably not. But I'm going to pop that in my inner corner and brow bone. No, Alex, that has just not even done anything, is it? Okay, so I don't really know where to go from here. Do you think I've done enough, or should I add another shade? What if I add an orangey shade, actually? I'm going to take a little bit of Extra Sweet, which is this one. Oh, nearly dropped it. This one here. It's weird because I feel like I haven't completed the look because I haven't put a shimmer on. Okay, then I'm going to take a little bit of Creamy Mallow. Is it say Mallow or Mallow? I do not know. Take a tiny little bit of that. I'm just going to use it to buff out the outer edges. Like, have I done too much now? Is this too much? I don't know. This is why all matte looks really stress me out, because I'm like, I can't work it out if it looks good or not. Okay, I think I've played with enough mattes from this palette. So this is the look I've created with it. I've just done an all matte, kind of pinky, then to like reddy orangeness kind of look. Let me know down below what you think. So now we're going to move on to the other palette. This look I'm going to feel a lot better about because there is a couple of shimmers in here at least to actually play around with. But this side is going to be a bit more neutral and wearable. Not everyone's wearable is the same, but for a lot of people these are the types of colours that they would reach for. Okay, so I'm going to take the shade Candied Pecan, which is this one here. I'm just going to pop this in my crease area. Then I'm going to take a little bit of Sweet Desserts, which is this little orange here in the palette. And again, I'm just going to put that in my crease over the top of where I put that brown. Next, I'm going to take Praline Crunch, which is this brown right here. I'm just going to take a wee little pinch, tiny bit, and I'm going to just start buffing this out. Okay, then I'm going to take Shelled, is it? This one here. And I'm going to pop that. I'll see if it's dark enough, but I'm going to pop that in my inner and outer corner. Okay, so I don't think that's dark enough, so I'm going to take the shade Pecan, which is this one here. Very cool toned, like a dark brown. Okay, next we're going to take this shimmer in here, which is called Sugar Syrup. I'm going to take it on a brush. I'm just going to pop that in the middle of my lid. Then I'm going to take Super Chewy, which is this purple shimmer, not shimmer, sorry, purple matte. It's quite a dark purple. And I'm just going to pop this all the way across. Actually, let's try it. I'm going to take the caramelized sugar shimmer here. Don't know if it's going to work. It was quite a chunky glittery shade, but let's see. Okay, so this is the finished look with the Pecan Praline palette. Which eye look do you prefer? Do you prefer the all matte look, or do you prefer a pop of shimmer? Definitely let me know down below. And these are the completed looks now, so I'm gonna now hop off camera. I'm just gonna pop some lashes on and some lips, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I did decide to put some eyeliner on both sides. I just used my Revolution Renaissance Flick eyeliner. It's just like a felt tip eyeliner, just all the way across. I didn't do a wing or anything, literally just like all over the lash line. And then my mascara, I did use Benefit Bad Girl Bang again today. I was going to put on lashes, but the lashes I was planning on wearing, I actually need to cut them down. And you know, your girl, you know, doesn't have the time for that at the moment, so I just put mascara on. I hope you don't mind. And my lips is actually from the Tasty gift set, which I reviewed the pumpkin pie palette in yesterday's video. This is from the same gift set. This is the I think it's a gingerbread, the little gingerbread lipstick. Oh, I've got mascara all down my finger. And this is what the shade looks like. It's a bit more of a pinky kind of mauvey sort of nude. These are my completed looks now. Has your opinion changed? I don't know. What do you think? Do you prefer the all matte side, or do you prefer the neutral one? I think on myself, I definitely prefer the more neutrally one with the pop of shimmer. But if I'm honest, that is only because there were shimmers in this palette and there wasn't in this palette. And you know, I never thought I'd ever say this in a Revolution video ever, but I do wish that there were more shimmers in these palettes. It's not something I usually say about Revolution palettes, because normally it's the other way around, that there's too many shimmers. But in this instance, there's barely any shimmers, so we really can't have a nice ratio. I would have just liked to see even maybe just a couple of shimmers in the Toasted Marshmallow palette. I'm okay with it with this one, because obviously there was a very beautiful shimmer that I could use, and I used the other one for my inner corner and brow bone. Whereas with this one, there was like absolutely no shimmer in there whatsoever. So out of the two palettes, I would say that I prefer the Pecan Praline palette, because there are shimmers in here. But I also love the colour story of the Toasted Marshmallow palette. That being said, I would definitely use the Toasted Marshmallow palette again. I would just incorporate maybe my highlighter into the look, just so I had a pop of shimmer on my lid and in my inner corner and brow bone. When I go out, I always use shimmers on the middle of my lid, so maybe I would just use a highlighter instead. It's not an unusable palette just because it's got no shimmers in it. It's just my personal preference. I do like to use a shimmer in my looks. In terms of the quality of the palettes, you know, they didn't swatch the absolute bestest, but I mean, they performed really nicely on my eyes. I didn't have any problems whatsoever with pigmentation or blendability. I thought they both performed really nicely on the eyes. The shimmer from the Pecan Praline palette was absolutely beautiful. I used that completely dry on a brush, and I didn't even use like a spray or anything. That was pure shimmer on my lid, so I was very impressed with the shimmer in that palette as well. Would I recommend these palettes? I mean, I don't think they're anything to run around the house naked and scream that you all need this. That was a weird thing to say, wasn't it? But what I'm trying to say is that they're not revolutionary. And I love saying that word when I'm talking about Revolution products, but they're not anything super new or innovative. They're just new palettes added to the new line that I Heart Revolution have got. And I think if you are looking for some new affordable eyeshadow palettes, if you love the colour story of these, pick them up. They're very affordable, only £10, and they perform really nicely. So I'd love to know your thoughts on these palettes down below actually, because I've obviously already bought them, but what do you think? Would you buy them now that you've seen this review, or would you not? I'd love to know all your opinions down below. So I'm going to wrap this video up here. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. Let me know down below what you think of these palettes, and of course if you haven't already, please subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!